When a close friend recently faced unexpected financial headwinds, he came to me with a heavy heart and a massive portfolio to liquidate. He needed cash fast, and my established seller accounts on TCG Player and eBay were his best bet to move volume. I braced myself for a long, grueling process, assuming we were in for weeks of price haggling and slow movement. But what happened next didn't just save his finances, it completely reshaped my understanding of the modern TCG market. I frankly expected the liquidation to take months. We are investors, after all. We hold long, and it has been quite some time since I've had to move a large quantity of diverse products at once. To my absolute shock, within just a few days, nearly 50% of the inventory had sold. We weren't fire selling these items either. These moved at market price, and in some cases, above market price. The speed at which capital flowed back into our hands was nothing short of a revelation. For most of us, selling is the ugly side of the hobby. When you think of selling in the TCG space, you typically picture the headache of calculating break-even points against seller fees, managing shipping logistics, and hoarding cardboard boxes just to ship a single booster box. You usually have to be incredibly patient to squeeze out the highest profit margins, all while battling the emotional difficulty of parting with items you have grown attached to. For me, selling has always been a significantly higher stressor than buying. Because I haven't sold large amounts in the past few years, I was operating on outdated assumptions. I underestimated just how much the market has matured. The sheer growth in the hobby, driven heavily by Pokémon, and the explosive rise of the One Piece TCG has expanded the pool of buyers and sellers exponentially. Liquidity has quietly become one of the most positive qualities of these assets. What used to take weeks to move can now take days or even hours if the conditions are right. The key to unlocking this speed wasn't undercutting the competition, it was simplicity. In this recent experience, I listed items at market price or slightly above, but I made sure that price included shipping. This removes the mental math hurdle for the buyer. When they see a flat price with no hidden costs, they pull the trigger faster. It sounds trivial, but in a high-volume marketplace, reducing friction for the buyer is the difference between a sale and a skipped listing. We also adhered to a strict standard for the listings themselves: high-quality photos, accurate descriptions, and fair pricing. But perhaps the most controversial, yet effective tactic we used was that we did not accept offers. We cut out the back-and-forth negotiation entirely. This transparency saves time for both parties. The buyer knows exactly what it takes to own the item immediately without waiting for a response to a lowball offer. This experience highlights a critical lesson for portfolio building: buy what is liquid. So, if you want to ensure your collection can turn into cash when real-world issues hit, you must prioritize popular sets. While niche items can offer high returns, they can be illiquid traps during a downturn. The major sets in Pokémon and One Piece are akin to blue-chip stocks. There is always a buyer ready to purchase them if you are priced correctly. I have sold the odd few items here and there recently to reposition my own portfolio funds, and I noticed things were moving faster than usual. However, it took this large variety order to confirm my suspicions. The market depth is there. We aren't just trading cards among a small circle of nerds anymore. We are operating in a robust, high-volume financial ecosystem. Liquidity is arguably the single most important factor in the TCG investing space right now. The fact that it has improved so drastically is a massive green flag for the health of the hobby. It provides a safety net for collectors and a viable exit strategy for investors. If you are holding quality sealed product or sought-after singles, rest easy. Your cardboard is as good as cash. Join our free daily newsletter for articles like this and more at tcjplayer.com.